How many units should I order for my first Amazon FBA shipment? Let's talk about that. What is going on, guys? If you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is how many units should you actually order when you send your first shipment to Amazon. Now, the thing is, and the thing that I'm seeing is that people are getting misinformation in terms of how many they should actually order, because people who don't have any money are asking, these gurus, and they're asking them, hey, is it okay if I only order 50 units or 100 units to start? And, they're always getting, oh, yeah, you can do that. And it's just not true. You have to order a particular amount of product, and that is dependent on what your product actually is. So what I've done here is I've compiled a list of things that you need to pay attention to before you make your first purchase. Okay, so the number one thing is, how much is the product going to cost me? And what I mean by that is, how many units do you want to order? How many units, how much per unit does each individual product cost? So for example, if you are trying to buy a beach ball or something like that, how much is each beach ball individually cost? How much does that cost? Okay, then you have to think about how much will shipping be. And that is also going to be determined on the weight. But that is why we teach on this channel, you want to have something that is less than 1 pound, if at all possible, because the lower the weight, the less you'll have to pay. Now, like I said before, that's going to be dependent on how heavy your product is, and also how many units you're actually trying to purchase. Another thing to keep in mind too, and I don't have it on here, but another thing to keep in mind is how much is my branding. So how much is it going to cost me to have the supplier put labels on the boxes? How much is it going to cost me to have the supplier put my logo on the packaging? How much is it going to cost me to have the packaging created, if I'm doing that, if I'm working alongside the supplier to create a different packaging that was originally offered, or all those different things you have to consider. You have to think about that. Okay, now the next thing you need to worry about is, how many units do I have to order in order to rank on the first page? And quite frankly, that's going to be one of the most important things that you have to worry about. And the reason I say that is because if you are saying, hey, you ask your guru, you say, hey, can I only order 50 units? They're going to tell you, yeah, go ahead. But then you get into a niche that everyone is selling 1,500 per month. How do you plan on getting to the first page if you're only trying to if you only have 100 units to offer? It's just not going to work. You're basically just waste your money, and now there's really no way to get that money back, because you need to keep in mind that you're going to have to get rid of a couple of products initially in order to get on the first page. And you also have to understand that you're going to be in the negatives financially once you do this. So you have to prepare yourself. So which it brings me to my next point: will I have enough products left over to maintain my position while my supplier is working on my next shipment? This is something else that I'm not seeing people discuss enough. Essentially, once let's just say you rank on the first page. Let's say you gave away 100 units, and let's just say you only have 50 units left. So you gave away 100, you have 50 left, you're on the first page. Now you're on the first page. Now all these organic sales are going to start coming to you. And if the average sales per month is 300-400 a month, now what? Because you're going to run out of units in 1 to 2 days. And let's just say your supplier has a, I don't know, maybe 15-day lead time. You're going to be, you're going to go like 12-13 days without any stock, and that is going to negatively impact your BSR which is your, your Amazon ranking for that particular niche that you're in that category, and it's going to go up. Now you want your BSR to obviously be as low as possible, but if you are on the first page and you don't have any stock to offer, now your BSR is going to go all the way down, or or up, as I would say, but it's going to raise, and you're going to go right back to the 15th page where you originally started at. So this is extremely important, and it's kind of complicated, but this is something that you have to do. The numbers don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense for you to source the product. If you don't have the money to source the product, if you don't have the money to cushion yourself when you hit in the negatives, then you're going to have an issue. So what I've done here is I brought up a couple of examples I want to show you. I want to show you a couple of examples to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So right here, what I have pulled up is a baby bandana. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the Jungle Scout Chrome app. And as you can see here, the average monthly sales for this product is $483. Okay. So $483 per month. That's how much, estimated this product is selling. So as we look here, we look on the first page, we see that these guys, the one of the top guys is selling 205. Another guy is doing 868. And then we have a big guy down here that's doing 1963. Now, realistically, you want to match the top 3 or the top 5, whichever you prefer. You want to match those top 3 people in terms of sales, because you want to get that rank, because it's a fact that about 80 to 90% of all sales are coming from the first page. So your first priority once your shipment hits Amazon is to start ranking immediately. Okay, now let's see here. So let's just say we were going to go with this guy here. Let's say we want to match him. So he's making 868 sales per month. Okay, now here's how we are supposed to think about this. So we look and we say, hey, this guy is doing 868 average monthly sales, and we want to get to where he's at. We want to get on the first page. So what do? Well, okay, here's the strategy. For 5 to 7 days, you want to match his daily sales in order to compete with him, and eventually your BSR rank will increase and you will start to rank up. You will start to go to the third page, then you'll go to the second page, and then you'll end up on the first page. And that is the goal. So in order to calculate the daily sales, what we do is, so we have 868, so we would do 868 and we would divide that by 30, and that's about 29, if you round it, 29 sales per day. So 29 sales per day for 7 days would rank you to the first page. Okay, so 29 days for 7 days would rank you on the first page for baby bandana. All right, and it's really that simple. But now you have to kind of consider, okay, well, how am I going to give away those units? So that is where we use a service called Viral Launch, or you can use ZonJump, and I believe that Viral Launches are like $4.97 or something like that. And basically what they'll do is they'll send out all your products at a very heavily discounted price for 5 to 7 days for you. And ZonJump is you pay per coupon you send out. Now, in order to get that heavy discount, and I'm gonna make another video on that to show you how to do it, but basically what you'll do is you'll discount your price at about 90%. And if you are using a service like Viral Launch, for example, you would create however much you need, you would create a bunch of coupons at 90% off, and you would give them all to Viral Launch. And Viral Launch has their own website where I guess it's a deals website, and people go there to get heavy discounts on different products. And basically what they'll do is they will advertise your product, and they will say, hey, this product is 90% off, so you can get it for $1. So people will start buying up your product, because if it's normally priced at $30 and they're getting it for $1, they're going to jump on that deal. Now, the thing is, you will get those sales. So if you need 29 per day for 7 days, Viral Launch will 99% of the time get that done for you, and you will end up on the first page. But here's the problem: you will still have to pay the Amazon fees that you normally would have paid had that been a traditional sale. Now, when you lower the price of your product, Amazon will lower the, some of the fees for you, all the way down to, as long as it's more than $1, Amazon will lower the fees for you. So if you're usually paying a total of $8 in Amazon fees and you lower your price, it can go down to $7. It can go down to $6. But what we're doing here is we're not actually lowering the price. We're just taking the same price product and we are giving it a heavy discount of 90%. So when we do something like that, we as the sellers will take a hit. And what I mean by a hit is, if you owed Amazon $4.75 in fees, you will still have to pay that for every sale that you make. So let me give you an example. So let's say we give away 200 units within 7 days. So we would do 200, and you would multiply that by whatever your Amazon fees would be. Now it's going to be lower or higher depending on how, your product and things of that nature. But let's just say your total Amazon fees in turn, pick and pack, the fee for the weight, whatever the case may be. Let's just say it's $475. That means we would be in the red $900 and something, because we gave away 200 and something units. Okay. Now it's going to be, obviously it's going to be a little bit less than that. But the thing about it is, you will 100% be in the negative, because you're not lowering your price, you're discounting your price. But the price that Amazon has to pay in order, or what they claim to have to pay in order to ship your product out, is going to be the same regardless. Okay. So you have to, I implore you to keep this in mind, because this is what's going to screw up a lot of Amazon sellers. They get told that, yeah, you can use 100 units, and then the next thing that they can't get on the first page, and they just have 100 units gone, and they pretty much wasted their money. Also, the second thing that's killing people is basically the repercussions of trying to rank on the first page. So it's always good to have some money that you can, use as a cushion. So if you find yourself in the negative $400 from doing those giveaways, then you need to be able to recruit. You need to be able to pay Amazon that $400 so that you can at least break even on that giveaway. And also, the other thing is, once you are on the first page, where you have enough inventory to last you until your supplier is able to send you another shipment. These are very, very important things, and these are the things that I'm seeing crush Amazon sellers' dreams every single day, because no one is talking about it. No gurus are talking about it. I don't know why, but it's extremely important. I'm trying to save you guys money, so just listen to what I'm saying. So in this example here for the baby bandanas, 800 would be something we could go for. You could actually even go for less. You can actually go for 128. So we were doing 128. You would do 128 divided by 30, and you would only have to give about 5 away a day to rank for this particular product. And this would be a good product if some of these reviews weren't so high. Some of these reviews are pretty high, so you might have a hard time, but if you could differentiate your product some kind of way, you would actually kill it on this listing here. But anyway, so let's go to something a little bit lower. I mean, let's try something a little bit lower. These are gymnastics grips, and they have an average monthly sale of 220. So even so, here you could easily rank on the page 1 for this 74. So if you did 74 divided by 30, is only about 3 per day. 3 per day for 7 days which is easily doable. You could rank on the first page. Now let's try something a little bit higher. Now these are mason jars, and these sell like crazy. These sell like crazy, and they actually have pretty good numbers. You know, something to look out for would be some of these big guys got some reviews, but realistically, you see a guy here with 0 reviews doing 24,000. I mean, you know, I haven't looked at this product in a while, but for people who are sourcing the product, this could be something to check into. But anyway, as we see here, we see that the average monthly sales here are 1,247. Now, look at these numbers. Look at these sales numbers. These numbers are pretty high, right? So let's just, for example, let's do 6,441 here. Let's do that. Divided by 30. So that you would have to give away 215 units per day for 7 days to rank for that particular item. Now let's just try it. Let's just try 1,000. Let's see what will happen. So we got 1,025 divided by 30. It's equal to 34. So here we would probably want to give away about 35 units per day at 1,000. So we want to compete with this guy here who is selling 1,000 monthly. We would have to give away about 35 units per day. And this is the math that you guys have to do. You absolutely have to do this math when you are sourcing your products, because you know, people are half-assing their product research. They're finding the product, they say, hey, this is a good product. They say, okay, I'm gonna track it. Then they say, well, now that I've tracked it and the numbers look good, I'm gonna order a test order of 200 units. But they don't think any further beyond that. They don't think, well, how am I going to get to the first page? How is that going to work? How is the Amazon tax fees and taxes and whatever, how is that going to negatively affect me? Do I have money to use as a cushion that will, you know, protect me once I go into the negative from doing a launch? Okay, you also have to take into account things of, you know, PPC. If sometimes your A cost might be higher than, you know, the cost of your profit margins, and you might end up in the red just from doing PPC. So you have to kind of think of all these things. You have to look at your budget, and you have to see what can I afford and what can I handle. So if you're just starting out, I would suggest doing a product that is close to, like, the baby bandana only has about 400 and something monthly, or we have the gymnastics grips, which are doing about 200 sales monthly, because you can take a test order of 300-400 and, you know, go ahead and you can actually, you know, run your launch and at the same time maintain your position on the first page while you're waiting for your supplier to send you out your next set of units. But that was a lot. That was definitely a lot, but I definitely wanted to make this video for you guys because I'm seeing a lot of people, more and more people are failing every single day because you guys are just getting a bunch of false information. So I figured I'd put this video together to kind of you know, put in perspective what it is that you need to focus on as an Amazon seller. You guys have to take this seriously. If you don't have enough money to order at least 300-400 units of your product, you shouldn't be selling on Amazon right now. Also, you also need to always keep in mind, when I do this product launch, how much money will I need to get me out of the negatives? Okay, keep these things in mind when you are sourcing your products. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you do so. I'm always putting out fire content. I'm always putting out things that you won't see anywhere else, and I'm always putting out things that you won't even see in a lot of the courses that you're taking now. All right, so like I said, if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so that when I drop a video, you guys will be notified about it. And until next time, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.